seat on the mat and maybe adjust your sits bones a little bit so you feel that spread on your mat as you find a cross-legged position, maybe a straight spine and facing your chin up a little bit. Try to elongate your spine by pulling it away from the earth. Gently close your eyes if you haven't already, and let's invite ourselves to this moment. After these beautiful days of Thanksgiving, we're just going to invite some gratitude today for just being here, being in this moment, and flowing through these poses together. With that sense of gratitude, take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. We're going to invite a couple of 7-second breaths. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time, breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Drop your chin in towards your chest. Acknowledge your presence on the mat today, and then gently reset your head and slowly open your eyes. We're going to begin today's practice by just lying down on our mats. So whichever side feels comfortable to you, just keep your legs towards that side of the mat and slowly roll on to your back. Begin by gently releasing your legs all the way long on the mat, almost finding a shavasana but not really. And then we're going to invite some movements to open up our hips today and just maybe our pelvic floor muscles. So as you breathe in, bend your right knee in towards your chest and then hug your right knee with the hold of your palms. Just interlace your fingers around your right shin as you bring your knee closer to your chest. Maybe take some gentle circles of the knee in one direction as you open up the front of your hips and your pelvis. And then pause and take your circles in the opposite direction. And then gently move your right knee out to the right and assist it back to the center. Keeping your knee in towards your chest, lift your left leg up so that your left foot points straight up towards the ceiling. Maybe flex your foot so the sole of your foot points straight up. And then gently bring your left foot down on the mat so your left knee points straight up towards the ceiling. Bring your right foot over your left knee, almost like a figure 4. So your right ankle meets your left knee. And then push your left foot off the mat so your left knee comes closer to your chest. And then bring your palms behind your left hamstring just to invite a little bit of a stretch in your right outer hip. You could maybe push your right knee out towards the right with the help of your right elbow. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly release the grasp of your hands and then bring your left foot down on the mat, and then your right foot down next to your left, and release your legs out all the way long on your mat. Take a pause here, breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, bring your left knee in towards your chest and grab a hold of your left shin with both your palms. So interlace your fingers around your left shin and begin making gentle movements with your left knee. Maybe take circles in one direction, just to open up your left hip and pelvis. And take a pause and then take your circles in the opposite direction. Open up your left knee out to the left, just with the help of your hands. And then bring it back to the center. Keeping this hug with your knee, bring your right leg all the way up, so your right foot points straight up towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to have a flex in your foot, so the sole of your foot points straight up to keep this leg straight. And then bring your right foot all the way down to the mat. And bring your left foot on top of your right knee, so your left ankle meets the right knee. And then push off from your right foot to bring your right knee in towards your chest. Grab a hold of your right hamstring with the help of your fingers, your palms, and maybe push your left knee out towards the left with your left elbow. A figure 4 stretch for opening up your left hip. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently release the clasp of your fingers. Bring your right leg all the way out and then your left. And bring your hands by your side. Maybe close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your stomach. Take a deep breath out through your mouth. Release your belly button towards your tailbone. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently open your eyes. Bring your feet one at a time on your mat, so your knees are facing up. And then just turn over to one side. Keeping your eyes closed, you're going to push up to a seated cross-legged position. And we're just going to invite some gentle movements again to open up our hips today. So bring your feet together to touch. And maybe pulse your knees up and down for a gentle butterfly pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Invite some stillness in the butterfly pose. Maybe grab a hold of your feet with your palms and lift your chest up so your chin is pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just tip your head over your feet. You don't have to go all the way down, but just as you open up your inner thighs and your hips, bringing your head on top of your legs helps deepen the stretch a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently lift your head up. Close your knees like a book and then bring your feet out about hips width distance. Your hands next to your hips. Breathe in and lift your hips up as you drop your head back for a reverse tabletop position. And slowly release your hips down on the mat. Good. And we're just going to bring our left leg out long and our right foot inside of our left leg, and we're going to turn to the left, and we're going to do the Janani right away today. Bring your hands up towards the left foot and then just tip over your left leg. Maybe grab a hold of your left foot, or if you still feel like you need a little moment to open up your body, you could bring your hands on top of your left shin as you tip your head over your left leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly lift your head up and bring your hands next to your hips, and we're just going to turn our knee so the foot is on the outside and the knee is on the inside, and then we're going to bring our left palm outside of our left hip and just come on to our right knee, lifting our right hip up and bringing our right hand all the way behind us just to open up our right hip. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently bring your right hip down all the way and bring your right leg in and then your left, and find your seated cross-legged position again.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh. Is that your cat?
Yeah.
That's sweet. Alright, we're going to bring our right leg out long and our left foot inside of our right leg. And let's do the Janani on this side now. Bring your hands up, breathe in. And then just tip your head on top of your right leg. Maybe grab a hold of your right foot, or if you feel like it's too much for the start of the day, just bring your hands on your shins or your knees as you just lay your head over your right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently bring your head back up and then bring your right knee in all the way so that your left knee in so that your left foot faces towards the back of your mat. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Bring your right palm outside of your right hip and then slowly assist yourself. So you lift your left hip up and drop your left hand all the way towards the back. So you feel this deep stretch on the left side of your body. Slowly bring your right hip down all the way and bring your left leg and your right leg to meet in a seated cross-legged position. Allow yourself to acknowledge how you feel right now. Maybe close your eyes, release your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently open your eyes and bring your right palm on top of your left leg and your left palm behind you for a gentle seated twist. Bring your gaze towards the back of your space just ahead of your left shoulder. Release and come back to the center and bring your left palm on top of your right knee and your right palm behind you as you turn to face the back beyond your right shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently come back to the center. Bring your hands forward and down, so walk your palms almost like taking one step at a time, and then bring it all the way forward and see if you can invite a lot of length with your side body, with your obliques, as you bring your forehead towards the ground. It doesn't have to touch the ground as long as you have your hands stretched out. You could just stay here for a couple of breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your hands over to one side, so bringing maybe your right palm on top of your left and inviting the stretch in our back oblique, right oblique muscle. Breathe into the stretch, breathe in and breathe out. Come back to the center and walk your hands over to the other side with your left palm resting on top of your right, stretching out your left oblique muscle in the back. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to the center with both palms on the ground. Slowly roll yourself back one vertebra at a time and let your head be the last thing to rise up as you find your seated cross-legged position again. We're ready now to go on to tabletop position. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Super gently today, let's move our hips from side to side very slowly. And as you move your body, maybe close your eyes to feel where you feel any sort of pain or discomfort. And just remember to be kind with yourself. Come back to the center. Drop your belly button down, lift your chest up, look up towards the ceiling as you breathe in for cow pose. Round your spine, chin in towards your chest, cat pose. Breathe out. Breathe in, drop your belly button down, look up. Breathe out, round your spine, chin in towards your chest. Come back to the center and just take any movements that feel comfortable to you. Maybe move your hips in a circle in one direction. You could also make big circles with your hips, so it almost meets your heels and then comes back to a tabletop as you find these circles. And then once you have that in one direction, take a pause and then go over to the other side. Just make big hip circles on the other side. Good. And then find some stillness in tabletop position. As you breathe in, we're going to bring our right foot all the way back so our leg lands on our right toes, and then just rock back and forth to open up your calf muscles, the back of your right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Now as you keep your leg stretched out long in the back, lift your left hand up and out towards the front to find this bird dog pose. And maybe you want to lift your right foot off the mat as you balance on your right forearm and your left leg. Breathe in and breathe out, bring both hand and leg down on the mat, tabletop position. Let's do that one more time, but this time we're going to try to do a supported side plank. So bring your right foot out long towards the back and just rock back and forth again, opening up the back of your right leg. Plant your right foot down on the mat, so your right toes are pointing towards the side of the mat, and then lift your right hand up for a gentle supported side plank. If you want, you can bring your right arm all the way forward so your fingers are pointing towards the front of the mat to find that deep stretch from your outer right foot all the way to your right fingertips. Breathe in, breathe out, circle your hand up, back and down, and bring your right knee down to the mat. Bring your big toes to touch, set your seat back without really opening up your knees too wide, just a mini child's pose. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Gentle pause here between our poses. Breathe in and breathe out. Remember that the child's pose is always available to you at any time during the practice. You could just take the child's pose and take a few breaths and then come back and join the flow. Lift your head up as you breathe in and come back to a tabletop position. Let's bring our left leg long out behind us and then just rock back and forth on your left toes, the ball of your left foot, as you open up the back of your left leg, all the way from the hamstrings, calves, maybe towards the heels as well. And then find some stillness as you keep your left leg stretched out. Bring your right hand all the way to the front, keeping a straight spine parallel to the mat. Maybe you want to lift your left leg off the mat as you find this balance on opposite sides of your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your right palm down to the mat and your left knee down to the mat. And we're going to try to do the supported side plank on this side. So the same thing again. Breathe in, bring your left leg out to the back and just rock back and forth. Plant your left foot down on the mat and then lift your left hand up. You could also bring your right foot slightly towards the outside of the mat behind you. That's going to help you with this pose better. And then bring your left hand all the way to the front. As you find this beautiful stretch from the outside of your left foot all the way to your left fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. Circle your left arm up, back and down to the mat, and your left knee finds itself resting on the mat as well. Bring your palms to palms distance forward. Tuck your toes. Slowly lift your knees and hips all the way up and back for our very first downward facing dog. Drop your heel one at a time on the mat. Acknowledge all the sensations in your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Find some stillness in your downward facing dog. Roll forward to a plank pose. Bend your elbows and go all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest up, baby cobra pose. And just bring your body all the way down to the mat. Now bring your forearms to the front, so your elbows are on the mat. And then just bring your palms to push down on the earth. And lift your chest up for Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, the idea is to keep your shoulders away from your ears as you invite this very gentle back bend while you rest your lower belly, your abdomen down on the mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. You could also move your head from side to side just to invite some opening in your neck. And then to come out of the pose, gently release your palms to the sides of your chest as you bring your body down, your forehead down to the mat. Lift yourself off the mat and then tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips up. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your right leg up as you inhale and then slowly bring it all the way forward. Drop it between your hands and drop your left knee down and tuck your toes. Keeping your palms down on the mat, just round your spine and invite some stretch in the upper back muscles. And slowly release your shoulders. With your palms on the mat, look up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your right hand up for a gentle twist with your left knee down on the mat. Breathe in breathe out. Maybe bring your right palm on top of your right knee and just gently push it out towards the right as you gaze towards the back of your space beyond your right shoulder. Just opening up our hip and our right leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently bring your knee back to the center. Frame your right foot with both your palms. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Breathe in. And then bring your left foot slightly forward, a little towards the center of the mat, and then stretch your right leg towards the front as you find pyramid pose. You don't have to have your right leg super straight. You could have a very generous bend today as you find your forehead coming down towards your right foot. Just go only as much as you feel comfortable to do so. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly bend your right knee, bringing your palms down to the mat. Bring your left toes to the back to find a low lunge and then step back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. Roll forward to a plank pose as you breathe in. Bend your elbows and go all the way down as you breathe out. Untuck your toes, lift your chest up, shoulders away from your ears. Baby cobra pose. And then child's pose again. Just bring your feet back to your heels and then just bring your forehead down to the mat as you find a simple and easy child's pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your chest up and then slowly come back to a tabletop position. Bring your hands forward, a palm's distance, tuck your toes and lift your knees and hips up to find downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up as you inhale. Bring it all the way forward, drop your foot in between your palms. Drop your back knee down on the mat, untuck your toes. And just find your palms on the mat as you round your spine on this side. Bringing your chin in towards your chest. Really feeling your upper back muscles opening. Release your shoulders away from your ears and keeping your palms on the mat, just look up ever so slightly towards the ceiling. Slowly bring yourself back to the low lunge and lift your left hand up just for a gentle twist here. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your left palm on top of your left knee as you push it out towards the left, just opening up to the back of your space, gazing beyond your left shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly bring your knee back to the center. And then tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Maybe bring your back toes towards the center. Plant your right heel on the mat. And then just straighten your front leg as you drop your head over your front long leg. You could have a generous bend in your knee. And you also may have your palms completely flat on the mat. Or if that feels way too inaccessible today, just bring your fingertips down on the mat as you find pyramid pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend your front knee and bring your back toes to the back to find the low lunge again. And step back, downward facing dog. Drop your knees down. Bring your big toes to touch. Keeping your knees together, find this other variation of child's pose. Bring your hands to one side with your right palm on top of your left, stretching out the right oblique muscle in the back. Again, breathe in and breathe out. And come back to the center and bring your left palm on top of your right. As you stretch the left oblique muscle in the back. And come back to the center. Lift your chest up and come to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips up to find downward facing dog. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take a slow walk to the top of the mat and find a forward fold. In the forward fold, just release your head heavy and your hands down on the mat so your fingers are slightly grazing the mat. Slowly roll up to stand, one vertebrae at a time, and let your head be the last thing to rise as you find mountain pose or Tadasana. Make any adjustments that you need in mountain pose. Keep your feet about hips width distance and your palms facing out to the front with your shoulders away from your ears as you invite this beautiful opening in the chest towards the front of your space. Maybe look at a point in front of you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're just going to do a couple of sun salutations, very slow and gentle today. Breathe in, lift your hands up all the way, high prayer, Urdhva Hastasana, look up towards your fingertips. Breathe out, make a big rainbow or the sun and bring it all the way down in front of your feet. Make a generous bend with your knees. Plant your palms down on the mat. Breathe in and bring your right foot back for a low lunge. As you breathe out, bring your left foot back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to a plank pose, breathe in. Bend your elbows to the back, go all the way down to the mat as you breathe out. Untuck your toes, breathe in, lift your chest up for baby cobra pose. Tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips up, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, breathe in, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, bring it all the way forward, drop your foot in between your hands, breathe out. Lift your chest up, breathe in. And push off from your left foot, bring your left foot to meet the right as you fold over your legs. Uttanasana, breathe out. Bring your hands all the way up as you rise up for Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to your heart and hands by your side. Mountain pose or Tadasana. Maybe close your eyes to see how you felt on the first side of the sun salutation. And take whatever you need over to the other side and leave everything else behind. Breathe in. Lift your hands up, Urdhva Hastasana. Look up towards your thumbs. Breathe out. Make a big rainbow or the sun with your hands and then bring your fingertips towards your feet. Finding a forward fold, breathe out. Plant your palms on the mat as you bend your knees, preparing for the low lunge. Breathe in, bring your left foot back, low lunge. Breathe out. Right foot meets the left, downward facing dog. Roll forward to a plank pose. Breathe in. Bend your elbows, go all the way down to the mat. Breathe out. Untuck your toes. Lift your chest up, shoulders away from your ears. Baby cobra pose. Breathe in. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees and hips up. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up as you breathe in. Bring it all the way forward as you breathe out. Lift your chest up, breathe in. Push off from your back foot and bring it to meet the front for a forward fold. Breathe out. Circle your hands up, breathe in. Wide arms all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to your heart and then hands by your side, mountain pose or Tadasana. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. We're just going to bring our hands to our waist and then turn to face each other. And let's spread our feet wide, about just a little beyond hips width distance. And then turn your right foot towards the right side of your mat and bend your right knee, opening up your arms for warrior two. Keep a straight spine and invite a beautiful opening in your chest as you keep your hands straight in a straight line. Gaze over your right fingertips towards the right side of your space. Breathe in. Lift your hands up, straighten your front leg, flying warrior. Breathe out. Bend your front knee, open up your arms, warrior two. Breathe in. Lift your hands up, flying warrior. Breathe out, open up your arms, gentle bend in your front knee, warrior two. Flip your front palm to back for peaceful warrior, keeping the bend in your right leg. And come back to warrior two as you breathe out. Straighten your front leg. Go all the way forward with your torso. And once you find that length, bring your right palm down on your right leg and your left hand all the way up towards the ceiling to find triangle pose. Bend your right knee ever so slightly and come back up to a T shape with your arms. Hands to your waist. Bring both feet to point in the same direction towards the long edge of your mat. And maybe just bring your feet a little closer and bend one knee and bend the other just to release all of this flow. And we're going to do the other side. So bring your feet out a little wider than hips width distance. Turn your left toes to the left side and bend your left knee, opening up your arms for warrior two. Again, keep your chest lifted and your shoulders away from your ears as you gaze towards the left fingertips in the left side of your space. Breathe in, lift your hands up, flying warrior. Breathe out, straight hands out for warrior two. Breathe in, lift your hands up, flying warrior. Breathe out, bend in your left knee, open up your arms, warrior two. Breathe in, lift your arms up, flying warrior. Breathe out, gentle bend in your front knee, warrior two. Flip your front palm to back for peaceful warrior. Bring your back palm on top of your right leg as you find this nice opening in the left side of your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to a T shape with your arms. Straighten your front leg and then go all the way forward with your torso. And just go as much as you can today by bringing your left palm on top of your shin, ankle, or foot. And then bring your right arm all the way up for triangle pose. Remember to move your right shoulder to the back. So your back is in a straight line, almost as if you are sticking to an imaginary wall behind you. Bend your front knee ever so slightly. Bring your hands up to a T shape. Bring both feet to face the same direction, hands to your waist, and just scoot your feet together all the way so your big toes touch. Bring your hands up, breathe in, and set your seat back a little bit for chair pose. You don't have to go too deep in the pose, just a little bit to open up the back. Breathe in. Stand up all the way, hands by your side, breathe out. We're going to do that one more time. Invite your hands up towards the ceiling as you bring your hips back towards your heels. Sinking into chair pose, breathe in and breathe out. Slowly rise up and bring your hands by your side. We're just going to turn to the front of our mat and find a cross-legged position. Slowly bring your legs out to the front and find Dandasana or staff pose, bringing your chest lifted and a straight spine. As you bring your palms to your side, shoulders away from your ears. As simple as this pose seems, sometimes it's difficult to kind of just get your chest lifted and keep a straight spine, keeping your legs active. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your hands up, breathe in, and then slowly drop your head over your long legs. Maybe grab a hold of your feet or just place your palms on top of your shins or your knees as you fold over your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your chest up and slowly release your grasp of your feet and scooch forward a little bit, bringing your seat forward and slowly roll on to your backs. Bringing your knees up facing towards the ceiling. We're just going to do a gentle bridge pose. Breathe in, lift your hips up and go only as much as your body feels right today. Bring your shoulder blades together behind your back and then grab a hold of your palms, interlacing your fingers if that feels accessible to you today. Slowly bring your hips down as you breathe out. Windshield wiper your knees from left to right, dropping them over to one side and then the other. And then once you're ready, let's bring your knees all the way to one side. Open your other opposite hand all the way out and then just bring your gaze over to your outstretched arm. Breathe in and breathe out for a supine twist. Come back to the center. Bring your knees in towards you and then just drop them over to the other side naturally. And bring your opposite arm stretched out and your gaze just above your fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out.
Oh my God. What are you doing, my lord? What are you doing?
And then slowly bring your knees in towards your chest And wrap your hands around your knees, giving yourself a big hug. Open up your knees wide and grab a hold of your feet with your palms as you rock in happy baby pose. Just invite some gentle movements. Massage your lower back. Maybe bend one knee, stretch out the other leg, and then do the opposite. Just invite some gentle movements in happy baby pose. And then slowly, once you're ready, release your feet all the way down on the mat and your hands by your side for final resting pose or Shavasana. Invite the sense of gratitude in Shavasana. Breathe in and breathe out as you relax your entire body down to the earth. Starting from the top of your head, relax your forehead, your cheeks, nose, mouth, ears, eyes. Relax your neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, fingers, fingertips. Relax your chest, your stomach, your waist, your hips. Relax your thighs, your knees, calves, shins, feet, toes, and the tips of your toes. Relax everything from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Acknowledge every part of your body, mind, and soul that has showed up today to the practice. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. Invite some gentle movements in your fingers and toes, just wiggling them slightly. Interlace your fingers and take a deep morning stretch here. Stretch out your legs to the front and your hands behind you. Bend your knees one at a time so your feet are planted on the mat. And then turn over to one side for a very comforting fetal position. Push your palm into the mat as you find a seated cross-legged position, still keeping your eyes closed. Bring your hands in the form of a prayer in front of your heart. Bow your chin towards your chest. Fill your heart with gratitude for everything there is and everything that is to come. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat this morning, and I thank you for letting me guide you through this practice. Namaste.